Hi, my name is Josh Katz, and I'm the Associate Director for the Office of Community Standards here at Worcester State University. I'm going to take the next couple minutes of your time to go over some information about my office and hopefully familiarize you for when your student comes here in the fall. Our philosophy is simple. We understand that students are going to make mistakes. I get it. We want them to go through our process here to understand what they did wrong, and ultimately, if they're put in the same situation again, they make a different decision. If they have done that, that means that we did our job here and we were successful. Your student is going to receive our code of conduct. They're going to receive it twice a year, once in the fall and once in the spring, and our code of conduct outlines all of the policies and standards expected of our students who go to Worcester State. You can find the code of conduct online now if you want to take a look at it. It's worcester.edu/code of conduct, all one word. I do need you to be aware that your student's conduct record stays with them until they graduate from Worcester State. And it is progressive, which means it doesn't erase after every year. So something that happens to them their first or second year ultimately could affect them their third or fourth year while they're here. Also, earlier, you heard about FERPA and about the FERPA waiver. So FERPA is your student's right to privacy as an individual. So you also heard about a FERPA waiver that your student can sign that will allow you access to their financials and to the registrars and grades. That does not count for my office. Okay? I need to make that perfectly clear. Just because they signed the FERPA waiver, it does not cover them for the Community Standards Office. So if you call and I don't have a separate waiver from them, I can't talk to you. I can give you information about process and anything that can be found online, but I cannot go into specifics of your student's case. Regardless of who pays the bill, I get the frustration, but I do have waivers in my office that your student can sign. Drugs and alcohol policy. So we have drugs and alcohol policy at Worcester State, and we have minimum sanctions for both. On your screen now is a minimum sanctions guide that outlines all of the minimum sanctions. So if your student is caught for an alcohol policy violation, a level 1, you'll know exactly what they're going to get. All right? And it outlines it for alcohol, for marijuana, and for other drugs. Even though marijuana is legal in the state of Massachusetts, it is still not allowed on campus. We have to follow federal regulations because we do get federal funding. So that's medicinal, that's recreational. It doesn't matter. They cannot use or possess it on campus. All right? For those of you who are living in the residence halls, the majority of our residence halls are substance-free. We do have a few exceptions with 21 plus housing, and Residence Life can talk more about that, but your student will probably be a few years away from that. Our alcohol policy even is for parents. Okay, you cannot come in on move-in day with a celebratory six-pack for your student. You don't want to be the reason that they get their first alcohol policy violation before classes even started. I hate that I have to say that, but it did happen, and that's why I find it necessary every parent orientation just to let you guys know that the alcohol policy does apply to you as well. So quick information on how our process works. If a policy is allegedly violated, your student will receive a notification via email. We do not send out hard copy letters anymore, regardless of if they are commuters or residents. That will tell them when their hearing is, where it is, what time it's at, and with who it's with, and whatever charges that they may have been charged with. All right, we schedule hearings based on academic schedule only. It doesn't matter about work. It doesn't matter about sports. It doesn't matter about clubs and organizations. We look at their class schedule, and that's how we base our hearings. Once the student comes to a hearing, they will have the opportunity to tell their side of the story. We will let them know and read the report as to what they are accused of and the report that goes along with that. After a decision is made, they will be issued a results letter the same way that they were issued a notification letter via email. That will tell them if they're responsible or not responsible for the policy, as well as any sanctions that may be put down as a result of a responsible finding. Again, if it's for drugs, marijuana, or alcohol, the minimum sanctions chart that I referenced earlier will have an outline of what all of those sanctions will be. FERPA does allow us to notify parents if a student is found responsible for a violation of the university drug or alcohol policy if those students are under the age of 21. If they are under the age of 21, a letter will be sent home to you, and it will be very generic. It will say that your student has been found responsible for either a drug, an alcohol, or a drug and alcohol policy violation. And that's it. It is meant to be a conversation starter between you and your student. That is when I get a lot of phone calls from parents, and I tell them the same thing I'm telling you now. I can't talk to you without your student's permission. I can tell you what your student process went through, and we can talk about what minimum sanctions are, but I can't tell you if it's their level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. It is really meant to be a conversation starter between you and your student. That is all of the information I have for you at this time. I know this is an odd time, and doing it this way without you guys in front of me is an interesting task, to say the least. It is a very non-traditional way to get you all the information, but I hope that I answered some of your questions that you may have had, or given you some information that you can pass on to your student. I will be talking to your student, hopefully in person, at orientation, and I will give them all of this information and then some. If you have any other questions for me, we will be offering a Zoom question and answer session within the next few months. Details on the date and registration can be found in the description below this video, as well as online at worcester.edu/parent-orientation. So worcester.edu/parent-orientation. I hope that you are all well. I hope that you're all staying safe, and I can't wait to see you guys in the fall.